Hi, this is Jack Godfrey, and this is Beginner Qigong. In today's class, we're going to be focusing on bone density, how to improve bone density. In a previous session earlier this week, on Wednesday, we were talking about Wolff's Law and how he determined that when you put the bones under stress, they get more dense. I also talked at that time about tennis players, professional tennis players. There was a study done on them, and they found that the hand that holds the tennis racket, the bone density is higher than the other arm that doesn't hold the tennis racket. So what this is shows that once you put bones under stress, they will increase their mineralization, which improves their bone density, which makes them stronger. So if you should happen to slip and fall, you're perhaps less likely to break an arm, a wrist, shoulder, hip, ankle, that sort of thing. But we have to work at it quite diligently. There are many moves in the Qigong sets that actually work quite well for this. And there's one that we'll get to later today. It's called Palm Mortar from the sky, which is kind of a fun movement, which helps to increase bone density in the legs and in the hands, wrists, and the arms. So that's sort of the outline for today. So let's get started with Beginner Qigong. All right, so we're going to start as we usually do with our standing movement for the springtime, which is standing like a tree. So we begin with our feet comfortably hip-width apart. So you want to have the feet parallel. And you want to be able to fit your hands between your feet, or you look down and go like, outside of hips, outside of feet, one above the other. We have the legs going straight down. Bring the feet completely together. Turn the toes out 45 degrees, roughly, and then turn the heels out behind the toes. And this is pretty much the spacing that we're looking for. Another technique, lift the toes of one foot, lift the heels of that foot, swing around on the ball joint and drop the heel down, and it should just about touch the ball joint of the other foot. A little gap, a little overlap, that's all fine. We're just looking to be close enough. And so now, this is all part of building our mobility, stability, and so on, is finding the small triangle. So we come forward onto the big toe, the ball joint, and the little toe. This is the small triangle, the front of the foot. We drift back onto the large triangle, big toe, little toe, heel. So this is the large triangle when we're sort of putting our weight in the toes. Put the weight in the toes is the small triangle. Put the weight in the heel is the large triangle. And as we move the weight forward and back, we keep the toes and the heels on the floor all the time. Now bend the knees slightly. Grab the hips. Push down with the thumbs. Tuck the tailbone into the body. Pull the belly button in. Lift the ribs, creating some space in the abdomen. Now, bring the hands up so the wrists are about the same height as the elbows. Bring them back behind the body a little bit, that's the elbows, and then take the hands out to the side. So we're bringing the bottom of the shoulder blades together, big stretch in the top of the chest. We lift the chin, we gaze to the horizon. So we're looking off into the distance. And we lift the top of the head up to the heavens, lengthening the spine, trying to be taller. And now, bring the hands up. So you want to have the center of the palm about the same height as the eyes, more or less. Bring the wrists forward so they line up with the toes. And now, this is standing like a tree. Bring the bottom of the shoulder blades together. Bring the wrists forward. Inhale, we drift onto the small triangle. Exhale, we drift back onto the large triangle. So inhale, we come forward. And exhale, we come on back. So inhale, small triangle, we push against the breeze. Exhale, the breeze pushes us back. And we're inhaling for a count of 4. And we're exhaling for a count of 4. Exhale. So inhaling. And we'll do one more breath here. So inhale for 4. And exhale. And we'll let the arms drift down. And now we're going to move into some warm-up movements before we get into the 8 pieces of brocade. So we start with pull down the heavens. So you turn to the right, gather the chi, reach up to the heavens, big stretch in the body. And then exhale, we draw the chi down, in to the brass basin. So inhaling. All right, and so now we're going to shake the 9 gates. So their hands are wet. Shake the water off your hands. So you get the elbows and the wrists and the shoulders moving. And then you let the arms hang down a little bit more. So you got the elbows, the wrists, and the shoulders. And now you add in the knees, the hips, and the ankles. Second set of 3. And then the lower back, the ribs, and the neck. So turn and look over the shoulder. We come back to the front. We turn, we look over the other shoulder. So it's inhale here. And exhale. And we look to the front. Inhale here. Exhale. And we come back to the front. And we have some tingling going on. You have a little bit of pink in the hands. And now we draw that chi in to the brass basin. So standing on a boat is the next guy. So shift the weight into the small triangle, and we bring the arms up. Exhale. Shift the weight into the large triangle, we bring the arms down. So inhale, we draw the chi up from the earth. Exhale, we bring it down from the heavens and in to the brass basin. So 2 more of these. This is one of them. All right. And the next one we're going to be doing is shaking the dragon's whiskers. And we're going to combine that with flinging the sleeves. It's an interesting combination. They involve twisting to the side. So cleaning or shaking the dragon's whiskers involves letting the hands tap either side of the hip as we twist the spine and look behind us. Now, flinging the sleeves, you bring the arms up to the shoulders. This is flinging the sleeves. And you can combine the two as well. If you want to challenge your mind. So you start here, each side, and then we come up here, and we go 1, twice, fling the sleeves, fling the sleeves. And we'll do one more. And this is it. All right. And now the next one we're going to look at some side-to-side stretches. So we need to be in our stacking of the bones stance. So you want to have the shoulder, the ribs, the hip, the ankle all in one pile. This knee's bent, this leg straight. We come over here and we do the same thing. Shoulder, ribs, hips, ankle. Knee bent, leg straight. And so we have a stack of bones here, and we have a stack of bones over here. Now what we're going to do is you're going to put your hand on your liver, which should normally be on your right side. Hold up your right hand, you look at the palm, so it's inhale here. And then we reach up and we stretch, we lengthen the sides. So you're getting a stretch from the wrist all the way down to the ankle. And then we come up here, we put the hand over the heart, reach, watch the palm, we come up and we stretch to the side here. Big stretch from the wrist all the way down to the ankle. And we go to the opposite side. So inhale. Exhale. Big stretch in the body. And then we come around here. Once more, each side. And again over here. And we come on down. And now we pull down the heavens 3 times. So we move into the 8 pieces of brocade. All right, so before we move into the 8 pieces of brocade, today's focus is on bone density and putting the bones under stress. So of the movements that we've done so far, which ones have been putting the bones under stress? Well, the answer is all of them to varying degrees. Doing this, we're flexing the bones a very small amount, but you know, we're putting stress on regardless. Same idea with that tennis player. I'm left-handed, so whacking the ball, serving the ball, all of those put stress on the bones. So you're standing like a tree, standing here, holding these arms up. The muscles are pulling on the bones, and that's enough. Flinging the sleeves, we're doing the same sort of thing. This guy here, all of them, the muscles are pulling on the bones. So it's pretty much, we get up and we move, we'll be putting stress on the bones, as well as, you know, when we pull down the heavens, reaching down to the earth, stretching up to the heavens, and we come down here. That's all of these. The muscles are pulling on the bones, some more than others, and as we go through the 8 pieces of brocade, I'll highlight a few in there. So to begin with, double hands hold up the heavens. So you interlace your fingers, turn the palms away, straighten the arms, again, as best as your shoulders are going to let you do. Eventually, you want to get the hands up overhead. If your body's going, I can't go there, respect your body. Inhale here, exhale, we push up, take weight off the heels. Inhale, exhale, we push to the side, keep the shoulders one above the other. Inhale, exhale. So inhale, exhale. So one more cycle. And we let the arms come on down. Now the next one is King removes his helmet. So bring this arm around behind the back, the knuckles just below the ribs. So the ribs are here, the kidney's right here. So you're pressing against the kidney. The other hand reaches behind the head and reaches for the ear. Turn the head towards the shoulder. Pull the elbow back. Inhale, we look down to the earth. Exhale, we look up to the heavens. And then we come around to the other side. Pull the elbow back, turn the head. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale, we look up to the heavens. We come around again. So inhaling, exhale. Inhale, exhale. And we'll go around for one more cycle. So this is the first side. And this is the second and last side. Inhale, we look down. Exhale, we look up. And we come on down. So the next one in the series is divide heaven and earth. So we hold a chi ball, a golden chi ball, in front of the navel, more or less. We turn that ball over, so we're turning the other hand on top. Bottom hand pushes down, fingers forward. Top hand pushes up. Push the wrists away from each other. Draw the fingertips towards each other. Look to the upper hand. So inhale, hold the ball. Exhale, we push up, lengthening the side of the body. In, we hold, we come around. And exhale. Inhale. So a big stretch in the shoulder area all the way from the ankle to the wrist. You hold the ball. We rotate, push down, push up, gaze up, push the wrists away from each other. Inhale, we hold, and exhale, we go up. So once more, one more cycle. Inhale, exhale. And that's divide heaven and earth. So the next one is gather the clouds, gather the sun and press the earth. So it's inhale, we gather the chi from the heavens. We draw it into the kidneys. We stretch stretch the front of the body. And then exhale, we fold forward with a dragon's back. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, stretching the spine. Inhale, we come up. Circle the abdomen, drop the chi in to the brass basins. This is what it looks like from the side. So inhale, gather the chi, draw it into the kidneys. We stretch the front of the body. And then exhale with a dragon's back. We come down the bladder meridian, the back of the legs, along little toe side. And then inhale, we come up. And exhale. So we'll do 2 more of these. So inhaling. So inhale, gather the chi from the heavens, draw it into the kidneys. Exhale, we fold forward with the dragon's back. Inhale, we come up the inside. And exhale. All right, so the next one, the next few, we're going to do in horseback, horse stance. So we step out to the side and we start with our stacking of the bone stance. Shoulders, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a pile. Same going on over here. Shoulder, ribs, hip, ankle, all in a pile. And now turn the feet out 45 degrees and turn the heels out. This is a horse riding stance. And you need to check your legs to make sure everything is fine here. If you're getting some twinges, you want to adjust the stance maybe a little narrower to make sure you're not injuring the body. So horse riding stance, you bring the knees forward, you keep the shoulders over the hips as we slide down, up and down. So from the side it looks like this. Keep the shoulders over the hips, bring the knees forward so they come over the big toe, and we lower down here. And you lower as far as comfortable. Horse riding stance, we're going up and down, or we're hanging out in one of the various positions. So when we're going up and down here, focusing once again on bone density, when we come down like this, we're putting stress on the hips, on the thighs, and on the calves because the muscles are holding the bones in place. And so the bones are getting, distorted. They're getting flexed a little bit. And all of this flexion causes stress on the bones, and that eventually will lead to remineralization of the bones over time. But you have to keep doing this stuff. So, horse riding stance. And now, pull bow, shoot arrow. We come up, we sink down. Hold the bow. So you point with 2 fingers, tuck the other 2 in, reach forward with 2 fingers, pull the bowstring back, pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, we release. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we sink down. Inhale, we pull the bowstring back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. Inhale, we come up. Exhale. Once more, each side. So that was pull bow, shoot arrow. The next one we're going to do is cat gazes at the moon. So for this one, we bend over and we put their hands just above the knees, thumbs on the inside, fingers on the outside. We have a dragon's back here, so the chin is lifted, tailbone's lifted. We're stretching the front of the body. Inhale here, you drop the shoulder, turn the head, and you look to the heavens above. Inhale, you look to the earth. Exhale, drop the shoulder, twist the spine, and we look up. So in this particular one, we're putting stress on the bones in the vertebrae, in the spine. So we inhale as we gaze to the earth. And then exhale as we twist and look to the heavens. Inhale. Exhale. And last side coming up. Inhale, we look to the earth. Exhale, we twist the body, we look up to the heavens. Inhale here, and exhale, we come on up. So the next one in horse riding stance is king rides his horse with fiery eyes. So you have a hand here, the wrist is about shoulder height. And we hold it in front of the body, and we're looking over the second knuckle into the distance. So that's the fiery eyes business. And the other hand is at the top of the hips, palm up. So it's inhale here, and then exhale, we sink down. Inhale, we come up. Now there's more to it than that. So what happens is the hand that's on the side of the body here, this guy, comes across the bottom ribs, up to the sternum, up to the elbow, out to the wrist. The hands turn over. We're still staring into the distance over that second knuckle. Come back to the elbow. Come to the sternum. Come to the ribs. And of course, the horse is going up and down. So exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll do one more cycle. And we come on up. So that was king rides his horse with fiery eyes. Now we bring the feet back together, and we're going to move into king shakes his body. Now this provides a whole lot of vibration to the bones throughout the entire body. You should feel the hair on your head move. You should feel your eyeballs rattle. So this is how this one works. King shakes his body. We warm the hands up, putting heat, some chi in the surface of the palms. Bring them around to the kidneys with the fingers pointing down, so it looks like this. The feet are in their narrow stance. We lift the heels and we drop 3 times. You should feel the skin moving over the muscles sliding over the bones, the organs shaking up and down, the eyeballs rattling, the skin on the head moving. All of this stuff is putting stress on the bones throughout the body. So, one more time. that is king shakes his body. It's also the last movement of the 8 pieces of brocade. So we'll pull down the heavens 3 times as we move on to Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. So inhale, gather the chi from the earth, stretch up to the heavens, and exhale. We draw the chi down in to the brass basin. Inhale and exhale. All right, so now Buddha Palm Mortar from the sky. So this one, we need a Buddha palm. So I'm just going to come up closer to begin with here. So Buddha palm is, the palm is up. And the mortar is this hand. So it's lightly closed. We're not making a fist. And we just don't have it flat either. But it's lightly closed. So here's the Buddha palm. And here's the mortar coming down. And it lands in the palm. So it sort of crashes. We're not trying to pound the hand through into the earth, but we want to have it landing forcefully. And so what this does is put a lot of vibration in both arms. Now we add the leg to this as well. So put all the weight on this leg. Hold the palm up. So in this leg, we're going to lift up in the air. So this hand is here. This hand comes up at the same time this leg comes up, and we come down, and the hand and the palm come together and the foot all land at the same time. And this leg crashing into the earth causes vibration from the heel up to the hip. And so we're here, we bring the hand up, you bring the leg up, and we come down 2 times, 3 times. And now we go to the opposite side. So you turn and we look this way a little bit. So you have the feet turned sort of 45 degrees, each of them. Bend this knee. This leg is the one coming up. Palm is here. This Buddha palm. Mortar coming down from the sky. So lift the leg. So that's what it looks like up close. We'll back up here so you can see what's going on with the feet as well. So going this way to begin with, put the weight here, turn this foot slightly to the side, sink into this leg. We're here. You can, if you wish, you can lift the heel here as well. So we're here, you bring the hand up, you bring the knee up, and they both come down together. And now the other side. So again, the feet are turned out a little bit. This leg's pointing that way. Buddha palm, mortar. And what I've been doing is 3 on each side, changing back and forth. So we're here, we're here. And last side coming up. One of my students, when I was teaching this one day, a year or so ago, we got through this and she went, I know what this one's called. Greet the salesman at the door. Can I help you? Is what she had to say. And I was going, well, that makes it kind of memorable. She remembers it now all these years later. So that is the practice for today. So we'll pull down the heavens 3 times. Gather the chi from the earth. Bring it down from the heavens in to the brass basin. All right. And so that was the class for today. On Saturdays, I offer a live Zoom class at 9 a.m. Atlantic Time Zone. If you'd like to take part in that, send an email to jack.godfrey49@gmail.com and I'll add you to the invitation list for the Zoom live class. Thanks for coming by. See you soon.